This is Kyle and Drew with Comics for Fun and Profit, and we have found ourselves in Image Comics, and we've stopped on this giant one, Undiscovered Country, #1. Drew, written by Charles Soule and Scott Snyder, art by Daniele Orlandini. I should have said these before we started recording. And a cover by Giuseppe Camuncoli. Okay? So this is a series premiere. This November, New York Times best-selling writer Scott Snyder. Of course, I don't care about. I know him from Witches, and we know, of course, Batman Run and everything. And Charles Soule from Curse Words, and apparently they're pimping out the fact that he has a novel coming out soon. Team up with Giuseppe Camuncoli, which we're very familiar with, and Daniele Orlandini from Darth Vader. I'm not familiar with that body of work, and award-winning colorist Matt Wilson, we know from Wicked and Divine and Paper Girls, to embark on an epic adventure in the brand new ongoing series Undiscovered Country in this special oversized first issue. Drew, we talked so many times about how we love how you brand new titles do that oversized first issue, toss that extra stuff in there, don't necessarily charge an arm and a leg for it, but really pack that first issue full of meat and really get us hooked. And that's what they're doing with this. In this special oversized first issue, readers will journey into the near future and an unknown nation that was once the United States of America, a land that's become shrouded in mystery after walling itself off from the rest of the world without explanation over 30 years ago. When a team seeking a cure for a global pandemic breaches U.S. borders, they quickly find themselves in a struggle to survive this strange and deadly lost continent. Drew, we always talk about how we're tired of post-apocalyptic and pandemic and all this stuff. But now that I read it, I can't wait for it.
Exactly. Now, I don't care much for Charles Soule's Big 2 work.
Okay.
But I love Letter 44 and like some of Curse Words. So I'm okay with him when he does indie stuff. Scott Snyder, I'm getting tired of his Big 2 work, but I love Witches. I love his other stuff.
Court of Owl's Run, Death of the Family.
The Wake. I enjoyed that a lot.
Absolutely.
So, he's great when he's doing indie stuff. I'm not a big metal fan, but whatever. So this is right up my alley. I have a big Walking Dead size hole in my heart. Something needs to fill it. Please, I hope this is something that can fill that void that's been left.
Yeah, and you and I keep flipping directly to Image whenever we get a preview saying, we have a Saga-sized hole, we have a Walking Dead-sized hole, let's find something new for us.
Exactly. And hopefully this is it. It's only $3.99. It's oversized. Cool concept. Good. The art's going to be top notch, I'm guessing. Can't go wrong with Giuseppe. And so I'm on board, man. Let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely. It should be great. We have Undiscovered Country, #1, $3.99 from Image Comics. Kyle and Drew back again, but this time we've stopped in DC. And Drew, we have yet another Black Label imprint from DC. This time we have Dollhouse Family #1. We have Mike Carey and we have Joe Hill on writing. On art we have Peter Gross, Vince Locke, and Dan McDade, and with a Jessica Dalva cover. This is a trippy looking cover. We have this little girl in the corner here, and we have this creepy looking dollhouse with the lights on. It looks like there's actual people in it. Now, I like this Black Label stuff. I love that DC's going that direction, that we can get some kind of adult content, something a little over the mark, something that kind of goes for it. This all started with the Batwang, and we're seeing where we're going with that from here. So here we go. On Alice's 6th birthday, her dying great aunt sent her the birthday gift she didn't know she always wanted, a big, beautiful 19th century dollhouse, complete with a family of antique dolls. In no time at all, the dollhouse isn't just Alice's favorite toy, it's her whole world, and soon young Alice learns she can enter the house to visit a new group of friends, straight out of a heartwarming children's novel, The Dollhouse Family. Now there's more, but I'm just going to stop it there because that should be enough to tickle your interest there.
That should be enough. And you know what? It's Joe Hill.
Yes, it
Joe
is.
Hill, for those of you who don't know, that's Stephen King's son. And some of the other Hill House comic stuff that I've read has been really good, and I like the concepts. I think it's pretty cool. Mike Carey, what do I know him from? I know I've read some of his stuff. I guess they're saying he's from from The Unwritten and Lucifer.
Yeah.
That's not what I know him from. I know him from something else. But I remember him as a competent writer.
Mm-hmm.
And, these other artists are not as well known. But, when it's these high concept things and horror and, genre comics, I'm a little more forgiving. I don't need your superstar artists. I don't need someone to do hyper realistic. I just want them to serve the story. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking forward to this. This is filling the Vertigo hole that's being left in DC because they shuttered that, and they're replacing it with cool stuff like this Hill House imprint.
So Hill House means Joe Hill is curating this, and he's essentially handpicked it. He's also writing the backup, so I don't think he's actually doing anything to do with the actual Dollhouse family portion of it, except that it's through his Hill House Comics imprint. So I don't know what input he would have on that, and then he's, of course, like I said, doing the backup.
Oh. Well, maybe I'll just take it all back then. So I got to buy this just for the Joe Hill backup story. Okay.
Yeah.
I better really like Mike Carey then.
Well, this is how we find out. This is how we find out. We go to DC, we find the Dollhouse family from DC Comics, $3.99 on the Black Label imprint. Drew and Kyle with Comics for Fun and Profit here. And Drew, I bet you can't believe it, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from IDW has reached issue 100. The giant mark for our beloved Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and by golly, they are going all out. We have a giant issue, the end to the City at War story arc that they've been doing. Of course, written by Tom Waltz, Kevin Eastman there, with art by Dave Watcher. Things have been worse for the TMNT and their allies, but there's still one desperate gambit to try if the family can come together in time. Will it be worth the cost? Over 8 years of TMNT storytelling have led to this game-changing moment. Don't miss it. $7.99, $8 comic book, but this is your 100th issue. This is your big moment, your culmination. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 turtles on the front. We got Splinter on the front. We got people in mech armor and a couple people I don't really recognize as much as I probably should on there, but by golly, I can't wait.
Now, I know TMNT is near and dear to your heart.
Oh, yes.
But I don't want to put you on a spot, but how many volumes have there been? Because if this was like a legacy number, wouldn't it be like 200 by now?
Yeah, I would think so. If you're collecting old Mirage ones and then IDW ones and anything else and
all the early self-published stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then some of those weird, wacky, cartoony TMNT volumes.
Yeah, TMNT Adventures was the big one in the 80s that was more a direct.
Probably even, I think I probably shorted it by saying 200. It's probably more than that, right?
But yeah, this appears to just be this IDW run. Just has gone and is a 100 issue.
And it's nice to have Kevin Eastman back in the fold. He's been doing a lot of covers. They've been really fantastic covers that he's been doing.
Yeah, there's a cover B here from Kevin Eastman. They're not showing it yet, but by golly, if you're ordering these, my money's on making sure you grab that one.
Yeah. And then one of these days, maybe Eastman and Laird will come back together and do some stuff in TMNT. But for now, this is as good as we get. It's a nice milestone. Can't believe how long ago did TMNT start? Like 86?
That sounds
like
about
that?
right. I'd have been about 5 years old. So yeah, that sounds about
yeah.
right.
So it's been trucking for a long time, man. And the property went from indie comic to cartoon to the movie screen, back to comics, action figures, every permutation.
NES video game that's obnoxiously hard.
Yeah. Like the original NES?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, the ones that you blew in to keep it running.
Hey, whatever you got to do to get through that stupid dam level, and I'm not cursing like that dam level. You actually were swimming under the dam, enough to drive you crazy. Yeah.
But you've been a hardcore Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan from the beginning, and I've passed that on to your kids too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Let's see, the number one Mirage comic, 1984. So
but the self-published would have been before that, right?
Yeah, probably the one that's worth $4,000, the big dog that came out from Mirage. One.
Was there self-published on Mirage?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So that's 84. Wow.
Yeah,
wow. So you were 3.
Yeah.
3 years old when that came out. That's crazy. Yeah. Wow. Well, that's hats off to them. Glad they got this milestone. Doesn't look like it's going to even come close to stopping. And it's cool that it's still relevant after all these years.
Yeah, absolutely. I never thought that I'd continue to have TMNT and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and that my kids would understand my Cowabunga references and things like that. So, congratulations to Eastman, Laird, anybody involved in this. 100 issues of their ongoing one, and it just looks cool. I like it when people reach these awesome milestones like this.
Yeah, so check out TMNT, their 100th issue, and don't forget to check us out at comicsfunprofit.com.